Welcome, everyone. Today's topic is one that hits close to home for many retirees, especially those who light up when you talk about your grandkids. And don't we all? You've already spent time reading to them, teaching them, telling them little stories, calming their fears, celebrating their wins, laughing with them. You already notice the funny things they say, the questions they ask, and the way they try to understand the world. Here's something I want you to sit with for just a moment. Those everyday experiences, those moments, the stories you tell naturally, the lessons you've repeated 100 times, the silly jokes you make at the dinner table, those could become children's books that earn royalties month after month. Not imaginary royalties, not someday, not if you're lucky. Real, ongoing Amazon royalties created from the life you already live. You don't need a fancy imagination. You don't need to be a writer. You don't need to be an illustrator. You just need to understand this one powerful truth. You already have the raw material for children's books inside you. Today, we're going to walk through how retirees turn their real-life grandparent moments into simple, marketable, lovable children's books that generate income. Children's books sell best when they feel authentic and relatable. Parents want books that help their kids. They want them to learn basic skills, understand emotions, navigate everyday challenges, develop good habits, feel safe at bedtime, practice early learning concepts. Guess who's been teaching these lessons for decades? You. The stories you've told your own kids and grandkids, stories about sharing, kindness, courage, patience, responsibility. Those are the same kinds of stories people pay for on Amazon every single day. Think about it. When you teach a grandchild to tie their shoes, when you explain why we say thank you, when you tell a bedtime story, when you help a child calm down after crying, when you explain why friends matter, when you turn a moment into a teachable experience. These moments are children's books material. They're shaped by your real family life, your wisdom, your humor, your patience. You're not manufacturing anything, you're capturing what already works. And that authenticity is something younger authors simply cannot imitate. This is what gives retirees a competitive advantage in the children's book market. Let's break it down into practical examples so you can see how real this is. 1, learning to share. Your grandchild cries because another child won't give back a toy. You say, when we share, everyone gets to have more fun. That single sentence can spark a 20-page book about sharing. Bedtime struggles. Your grandchild won't go to sleep. You invent a silly story about the moon needing quiet time. There's your bedtime book. Counting everyday object. Your grandchild spills the cereal. You start counting the pieces with them. That's a counting book. Emotions and self-regulation. A child is frustrated. You explain how to take a breath and try again. Slow down. That's a children's book about emotions. Manners and kindness. You gently teach a grandchild to say please and thank you. That's a social skills book for toddlers. Every one of these moments you don't even think twice about, are powerful building blocks for children's books. Here's the best part. The best-selling children's books are not complicated. They're simple, clear, warm, and relatable. Exactly the conversation grandparents have with kids every day. A huge misconception retirees have is believing they need to be writers. Not true. Children's books for ages 2 to 5 use very short sentences, simple concepts, repetition, friendly moments, relatable experiences. You're not writing a novel, you're captivating a moment. Your book might only need 1 sentence per page, a simple illustration, a warm message, an easy lesson. If you can recall the moment, you can tell the story. In fact, most retirees find that the story almost tells itself because you're writing from your lived experience. And if writing still feels intimidating, that's exactly why I built programs like Count and Create, Mastering 1, 2, 3 books, and Read and Print, Mastering ABC books. They remove the writing burden altogether. giving you structure templates and examples so you're never staring at a blank page. Let's walk step by step through how retirees shape a moment into a book. 1. Identify the moment. Choose a small, familiar event. Struggling to clean up toys, learning to count cookies, standing in line waiting for your turn, getting nervous on the first day of school, being afraid of the dark, learning to share, making friends. Step 2, identify the lesson. Children's books need a core idea, like sharing is fun, bedtime can be calming, counting is exciting, kindness makes everyone happy, bravery grows every day. Step 3, break the moment into 10 to 20 simple beats. Each beat becomes one page. For example, Joey doesn't want to share the toy. His friend starts to cry. Joey feels confused. Grandma explains sharing. Joey gives the friend the toy. They both smile. They play together. Joey learns sharing makes play better. Joey feels proud. Grandma gives him a hug. There you go. That's a full book outline. That's it. Step 4, add a simple illustration. You don't draw anything. You use templates or pre-made images and arrange them on the page. Step 5, keep the text short. 1 or 2 lines per page is more than enough. In an ABC book, you may only need one word to identify that A stands for apple or B stands for banana. Step 6, add your cover, export the file, upload it to Amazon. Publishing process is simple and free. No need to feel overwhelmed. This is the exact workflow retirees use to turn a sweet moment with a grandchild into a book that earns royalties. Parents and grandparents buy children's books for 2 reasons. They want to teach something, or they want their child to feel understood, seen, or comforted. Books that are based on real-life family moments do this naturally. They're not forced, they're not generic. It feels warm, familiar, and authentic. Parents recognize the moment, children understand the lesson, grandparents relate to the tone. And because you're drawing on real-life experience, your books automatically have genuine emotional warmth, realistic child behavior, clear lessons, a human touch younger authors cannot fake. The more authentic your moment, the more marketable your book becomes. This is something I really want you to absorb. You have advantages younger authors don't have. Years of experience raising children, years of experience teaching lessons gently, patience, emotional understanding, humor, imagination built from real life, time to reflect, perspective. And these advantages translate directly into better children's books. Retirees are calmer, more observant, more empathetic, more thoughtful, better storytellers, and better listeners. Children's books sell because they help children feel safe, curious, capable, and loved. Who's better equipped to deliver that than a grandparent? This is why retirees succeed so easily in this field. Let's talk about the financial side, because this is where everyday stories turn into real results. When you publish a book on Amazon, you don't pay for printing, you don't ship anything, you don't hang on to inventory, you earn royalties every time someone buys. Your book becomes a small asset that works for you 24 hours a day all around the world. And when you create multiple books, a series, those assets add up. Maybe your book about sharing earns $40 a month. Your bedtime book earns $55 a month. Your counting book earns $70 a month. Your emotions book earns $60 a month. One book isn't life-changing. 10 books can make a meaningful difference. 20 books can create unbelievable monthly stability. Retirees who create books consistently find these story assets become their quiet financial support system, and they're built from the life you already live. The big concerns retirees usually bring up: I don't know how to start. You start with a real moment. That's it. I'm not creative. Yeah, you don't need to be. Your life provides the ideas. I'm not good with technology. Tools like GIMP and Canva are simple, and templates make everything plug and play. I can't draw. You don't need to draw anything. I'm afraid the book won't sell. We're always afraid the book won't sell, but books about universal childhood experiences sell. Sharing, kindness, bedtime, counting, ABCs, emotions, all of them sell. What if I get stuck? That's why programs like Count and Create, Mastering 1, 2, 3 books, and Read and Print, Mastering ABC books exist. It gives you a guided path. This is one of the gentlest, most accessible income paths available online. You don't need to invent big stories. You don't need talent. You don't need experience. You don't need perfect grammar or artistic ability. You just need to pay attention to the moments, the ones you already create with your grandkids every time you visit, every time you read to them, every time you help them understand something new. Those moments are children's books waiting to be written, and those books can become royalty checks, gentle, steady income that supports your retirement without stress. Your wisdom is valuable. Your stories matter. Your voice is needed, and your life has already given you everything you need to succeed in children's publishing. This is your opportunity to turn those small, precious moments into something meaningful for families everywhere and something financially helpful for you. So go to 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, sign up right there and pick up a copy of my children's book series starter kit. It will help you see the steps to go from 1 to 10 books, 1 to 20 books. All you need to do is sign up now and get some insight. See you next week.